welcome back to my channel. My name is Vanessa, also known as Certified Winner, and as you can tell by the title of today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I style my hair using a straightener and how I get a lot of volume using a straightener. If this is the first time you are seeing my face, hello and welcome to my channel. Please hit that like button and subscribe down below so you can see more of my videos. If this is not the first time you are seeing my face, hello, welcome back, it's good to see you. So this video is for those of you who kind of have thinner or finer hair and are having some trouble getting volume. Although I don't have the finest hair texture, I do have thin hair, as in I don't have a lot of it. So using this trick with a hair straightener really does help me get the volume that I want. So I don't think there's a lot of explaining in the beginning of this video, so let's just jump right into the video portion of it where I am teaching you how to achieve this look. Okay, so I am starting off with my unstyled hair. So this is what my hair looks like when I come out of the shower and I just let it completely air dry. As you can see, it's pretty straight. Like, I definitely would say I have anywhere between 1 to 2A hair. I wouldn't say it's exactly 1 because I know there's some people out there who have such straight hair, and I used to have this hair when I was a lot younger. It could not hold a curl for the life of me. So I wouldn't say I have 1 hair, but I wouldn't say I fully have type 2A either, because as you guys can see, there's like basically no wave to my hair. Either way, as you guys can see, I don't have a lot of volume to my hair. It's very flat, and we are going to fix this using a hair straightener. So what you're going to want to do is section your head off. I usually start at around my ears and I go all the way down to the back and leave this bottom section down. Now, I don't have a lot of hair, so I like to section it off into maybe 3 parts, but if you have a lot more hair than me, then I would definitely suggest sectioning it off into even more than this. Oh, actually, before I section off my hair, because this is relatively new, I actually forgot that I had them. I cut myself bangs, so I'm actually going to want to section these out because I'm going to put them in a curler to give them some volume. So now that my bangs are out of the way and being curled, I'm just going to section my head and clip it up. So the bottom part of your hair isn't exactly the most important part when it comes to volume. That's mainly the top, but I like to give the bottom half of my hair a little bit something because it does help a little bit. Also, it looks kind of weird if you have a whole bunch of volume on top and kind of nothing to balance it out on the bottom. That is basically like flashback to like the early 2000s, mid 2000s, and that's not a look I want to keep. So we're just going to do the bottom half really quickly. So for the bottom half of my hair, I am going to be doing an S curl. So I'm just going to brush through it really quickly so I know there's no knots. And what I'm going to do to give it some volume is when I clamp down, I'm going to turn 90 degrees, go down, and then halfway through, I'm going to flip it, turn the other way, and then before I hit the bottom, I'm going to turn one more time and give it a nice curl. And that's your first S curl. So I'm gonna do it again. I'm just going to take my curler, clamp it down, curve 90 degrees, halfway through, flip, and then at the end, C. So just in case you guys can't see what I'm actually doing on my hair because the angle might be a little funny, what I'm basically doing is I'm clamping down on my hair and I am pulling out. So I am not pulling down because I'm trying to get as much volume as I can, and I'm not pulling up because that's kind of hard. So I'm clamping down, pulling out, but as I'm pulling out, I'm actually turning the straightener 90 degrees. So I'm pulling and turning 90 degrees until I hit about the middle point of my hair. Then I'm flipping it 180 degrees to the other direction and pulling down. And then when I maybe have about 1 inch to 1.5 inches left before the tip of my hair, I'll actually make a full turn again to 180 and then past that another 25 degrees to give it a curl at the end. It may sound a little tricky, but you really get the hang of it and you'll be able to do it rather quickly. So I'm just going to zoom through the next 2 layers, and then the last layer on top is where we kind of change things up for volume. So I will continue explaining when we get to that point. So after letting these pieces cool down in their S shape, I'm actually going to clip it back with another clip. Just this way I don't get it confused with the other layers that I'm pulling down and kind of straightening over the pieces multiple times. So at this point, especially near the front of your head, you're going to want to make these horizontal sections as thin as possible. So even this, which is about 1 inch, is way too thick. So I'm going to divide that in half again and clip it up into the rest of the top half. So now that the sections are thinner, we can now go in with our straightener and start putting in some volume. However, before you do this, I definitely recommend you practice with the straightener off and no heat first, because you're going to be taking the straightener pretty close to your scalp, and the last thing I want you guys to do is to burn yourself. So definitely practice a couple of times before you give this a go. But basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to go super, super close to your scalp, clamp down, and turn right away. So you're going to kind of create a little curl like this, right at the edge of your scalp, and that's going to give your hair some volume. And then what you do with the rest of your hair, completely up to you, whether you want to curl it, straighten it, or do the S curls that I'm doing at the bottom. So we're just gonna take a small section, put it super close, heat it up, and then curl right away. So right away you can see that I've got some extra volume here. Don't touch it. I like to kind of bubble it up like this for a little bit, give it some time to cool, and that way it'll actually hold the volume a lot better. So let's find another section, heat it up, and then curl up and hold. I like to hold it for about anywhere between 5 to 10 seconds, depending on how thick the section is. The thicker it is, the longer you're going to want to hold it, but the thinner it is, it'll cool off a lot faster. So there you go. Now you can see that I clearly have more volume on this side than I do this side. I know it looks a little weird because I've got like a bump and then it goes in and it's straight, so that's why you do have to kind of style the rest of it. So you can obviously see now that it's completely styled, it doesn't look as weird, and you can see that I have a lot more volume on one side. So let's do the same to the other side. Clamp, heat it up, and turn. And hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and let go. Now I've got volume. Let down another layer. Remember, keep your layers thin. Oh, that was a thick layer and a half. Take some of that back. So the top part is obviously the most tedious. The bottom 2 layers you can literally just divide into kind of thick, chunky layers. But when you come to the top, the more volume you want, the thinner your layers have to be, because you have to be able to get the straightener all the way to your roots. And if you do really thick layers, you're not going to be able to do that. If you want the crown to have a little bit more volume, just grab the hair right around your crown, and we're gonna do the exact same thing. Clamp it really close to the roots, and iron it straight up, and curl. Give it a bit of a bump, 1, 2, 3, and lay it down. Now I'm just gonna take my bangs out. And there you go. Now you have very thick, fluffy, and voluminous looking hair. As you can see, I've got a lot more volume going on in my hair than I did before. And that's pretty much how I style my hair with a hair straightener / get a lot more volume in my hair using a hair straightener. And I think that brings me to the end of my video. Thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end. I hope you guys learned a little something from this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and comment down below letting me know what you would like to see next. I post videos every single Wednesday, so I'll see you guys then. Bye!